iOS 18 will be here before we know it, and here are three things I hope Apple will change in the smart home, like HomeKit in general. So, the first one is Home Hubs. Right now, your HomePod minis and your Apple TVs or even your iPad can be a home hub to kind of control the smart home, and it gives it way more features, and that's great. What I want Apple to do is allow me to choose which device is the hub. Right now, I have an Apple TV with Thread. It's the newest 4K one. It has Ethernet. Everything's plugged in. It is in the middle of my house, but it rarely gets chosen to be the hub because Apple does this all automatically, and it chooses my bedroom Apple TV, which does not have Thread, is not connected to Ethernet, is at kind of the corner of the house. And I don't know why it chooses that, besides that the room is bedroom, so it starts with a B, where all the other ones cascade underneath, and it's organized really weird. I don't know if it's choosing it alphabetically, but there is no way for me to choose my own home hub. And this is a problem with Thread devices because that HomePod, and I have two original HomePods also, they don't have Thread, and that Apple TV does not have Thread. When they are the home hub, I cannot control any of my Nanoleaf devices. They all just drop offline. Well, they won't even say they drop offline. They just kind of act a little weird. You can change the color or something like that with voice, but you can't control it with the app. It just says like unavailable. It's a mess, and you have to unplug the device that is currently the home hub to be able to allow a new device to jump on. And this takes like 5 minutes. And so the best way to choose your home hub is unplug all your devices. I have like 6 or 7 HomePods and 2 Apple TVs. So I have to go around my whole house, unplug them all, and then I plug in my living room Apple TV first, wait for 5 minutes, allow it to connect, allow it to be the hub, and then I have to plug everything else in. But then randomly, without even power outages or anything, I'll check in a couple days, and the bedroom one is the home hub again. So I hope Apple lets us choose a primary, a secondary, and to exclude home hubs. Because there are some home hubs, like those 2 HomePods in the living room, I never want them to be the hub because they don't have Thread, and they're my oldest device, and I just don't want them to be chosen unless last resort. But I've got 5 HomePod minis, all of them got Thread, all of them can be a hub, but I want my living room Apple TV that is connected to Ethernet, so it's got a great internet connection. It's in the center of the house. I want to be able to choose that to be the primary, and if it for some reason I'm updating it or something, and it goes offline for a few minutes, that a backup would jump on. But then once that Apple TV comes back online, I want it to become the new hub again. So that's what I want, Apple. Please let me choose my home hub. Let's see. Second, more HomePods in the TV. So right now, as I said, I use 2 HomePods as TV speakers, and they are phenomenal. And there's even a feature where if your TV has eARC, it can allow your DVD player, your Switch, your PlayStation, all that their audio goes through the TV to the back to the Apple TV and through the HomePods. With my DVD player, it's a little bit delayed, it's slightly out of sync, but it's not that bad. But I want more HomePods. Imagine a 7.1 surround sound with HomePods. Yes, it will get expensive. Each HomePod is $100. Each HomePod Max, as I'll call it, is $300. But if you are in the Apple ecosystem and you just happen to have more HomePods, or if you want to buy HomePods, because it works really, really well. It's wireless. It sounds amazing. Has Dolby Atmos. Imagine if Apple let me put 2 HomePod minis behind me and 2 HomePod Maxes in front. We could have this spatial 360 sound, and it would be amazing. I would absolutely love that. Third is in the HomeKit app. I want the ability to be able to change what device is in what room from the main screen. I want to be able to click it and just drag it to a different room. Right now, you have to go into the device, scroll down to what room it's in, then move it, and sometimes it doesn't even move. It will like glitch and it won't move to the right room. And when you have 6 or 7 devices that you all want to move from one room to the other, or like the hub is in like the default room, but you want the hub in the default, but you want the devices in another room, and you're just moving a whole bunch of devices to a different room. Very annoying when you have to go into each device, select which room, exit the device, and then start that over 6, 7, 8 times. And depends on what you're doing, this can take a while. So that is 3 things. Let's do a bonus one. Something that I've had trouble with is I have a HomePod in my kitchen, and I will tell it to set a timer for, let's say, 10 minutes, because that is our kitchen timer, to cook some food in the oven. I will be in my living room, and I will ask my HomePod in the living room how much time is left on the kitchen timer. And it has no idea what I'm talking about. You walk into the kitchen, ask the exact same question, and it will say, oh yeah, I've got 8 minutes left. So Apple, please allow HomePods in your home to access timer information. My phone accesses that information. I can open the HomeKit app, scroll down to the HomePod, open the HomePod in settings, scroll down and find the timer. So that information is being shared. It's just not being shared with other HomePods, at least in my home. For some reason, I don't know if this is just my home's problem. I have made a YouTube short video about this in the past, and some people said that theirs apparently does it. I just know mine has never done it, so it's either a bug or it just doesn't exist, and I don't know. But timers on HomePod, so that is a bonus. So that's about 4 things that I would really like to see in iOS 18. I'd also like to see a HomePod with a screen, but that's not really software related, that's hardware related. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.